Music is one of the many ways that art can be expressed. Although a lot of the more common music tends to be rap and hip-hop related, it's no doubt that there are also some darker genres of music, such as death metal and screamo. One of the very strange genres of music, though, would have to belong to an experimental music group whose sole purpose is to capture real human emotion and suffering. They did this by recording the screams of patients in mental asylums. The band Gulag, which was formerly named Stalag, is a very mysterious and unknown band. They don't let on much about their identity, and all we really know is that they're located somewhere in Holland. The name Stalag was based off a German prisoner of war camp called Stalag, and the extra GH at the end of the band name stands for Global Holocaust. The goal of this band is to communicate pain and suffering to the audience. They want this pain and suffering to be real, so to make it as authentic as possible, they round up patients from mental asylums and record them screaming. Have a listen to a short segment of one of the albums they have released. They were able to get permission to record these patients because one of the members of this band works in a mental institution. In order to convince the institution to allow them to use the patients, they have to write up a fake proposal saying they are using them for some type of conceptual art purposes. Sometimes it would take them up to a year to get permission to do just one recording session. A lot of people see this project as abusive, but Stalag believes it is not abusive because they get written permission from the patients and tell them exactly what the project is all about before they start. A lot of the patients even say these recording sessions are very therapeutic for them. In some instances, they even get to know the patients they're working with. One patient, who killed his mother at the age of 16, shared with Stalag the reason he did it, which was because he was being sexually abused by his uncle, and he felt his mother wasn't doing anything about it. They also received some drawings from their patients. This picture was drawn by one of the patients in a psychotic state a few hours before he committed suicide. Of course, dealing with some of these patients in such a way isn't always the safest thing. When they were recording Project Terror, one of the band members was almost strangled to death by one of the patients during their recording session. They left this part in the album, and if you listen closely, you can actually hear him being strangled. In 2008, Stalag changed their name to Gulag. During this time, they started recording the screams of women and children because there were a lot of women and children at the Gulag camp. The women they used for these recordings consisted of rape victims and ex-prostitutes who experienced a lot of violence. The band said it was interesting seeing all their emotions come to the surface. As for the use of children in their recordings, they said this was unique because children weren't afraid to scream, and they would really give it their all. One child even began clawing the floor with her bleeding fingernails during a recording. For Gulag's next music project, they said they plan on using the screams of people who are born deaf. According to the band, the screams of the deaf will sound almost animal-like because they've never heard their own voice before. The band has stated that once they are finished with the Gulag project, they will cease to exist because after this project, their mission will be done and they'll have no further reason to continue. Honestly, the whole concept of what Gulag does is really interesting to me. Maybe not interesting to the point where I listen to a full album or anything, but this is definitely an art project I have never seen done before. Obviously, this could be morally questionable, but the band claims it's actually helping the mental patients, so if that's true, then it can't be too damaging. What do you guys think of this? Thank you for watching, and I will see you on the flip side.